Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video I thought I would film a new in products for Charlotte Tilbury because Charlotte Tilbury has currently been bringing out a lot of new products, some of which are limited edition and some of which are just normal permanent products. So yeah, I did a little order on charlottetilbury.com and the parcel has come today. So I haven't ordered too much stuff. Obviously there's 5 products in there that I have ordered, one of which isn't actually a brand new product but it's new to me. 4 of these products are brand new, so I'll just quickly run through what I've got which is new in this video because I have got on my channel already a full face of Charlotte Tilbury makeup on my channel, which I'll leave in the description box down below if you was interested. But the things that I picked up today and that I'm going to be trying out for the first time is the new eye palette. This one is in the shade Pillow Talk and this is a online exclusive and it's also limited edition. So this one is kind of like a follow-up from her sort of iconic Pillow Talk lip liner and lipstick. So she has brought out the eye palette and she has also brought out the matching blusher as well. So I also picked these 2 up. They are definitely my sort of colours, the sort of thing that I would usually wear, and I have already got the lip liner and lipstick of Pillow Talk, so I thought I would complete my collection. I also picked up the new Bar of Gold highlighting palette, which I'm so excited about. This again is an online exclusive and this one is £49. I didn't mention before as well, but the blusher is £30 and the eye palette is £39, the normal price of their blushers and palettes. But the highlighting palette, they haven't got a highlighter at the moment just on its own. They do the bronze and glow, but you have to buy a bronzer to get a highlighter, whereas this is just a standalone highlighting palette. And then the last new thing that I picked up was the Magic Away liquid concealer. I think I picked this up in the wrong shade. I picked this up in shade 2, but I think I should have got a darker one possibly. But this is her new kind of like full coverage cover it all concealer, so I'm quite excited to try this because her one that she had before wasn't actually a full coverage concealer. And then I also just picked up her Hollywood Beauty Light Wand, which is her cream highlighter. I've wanted to get this for ages but it's been out of stock, so I've now picked this up and this is a really nice cream highlighter. Right, so those are all the products that I picked up. Now I'm just going to get straight into the tutorial and using the products. I'm actually going to stick with the Charlotte Tilbury theme and I'm going to go in with a little bit of her. This is the Hollywood Flawless Filter and I'm just going to pop this on kind of as a primer all over my face. This one is in the shade 2 because I am really pale at the moment. This one's really nice product because you can actually use it either as a primer or kind of like mixed in with your foundation, or you can put it on the top of your foundation as a highlighter as well. But most of the time I just like using this as a primer. So just swipe a little bit of that over the skin. I'm just going to pop that on with a beauty blender. So now I'm just going to go in with foundation. I'm not going to use a Charlotte Tilbury one today. I'm just going to go in with my normal favourite foundation. This is the Maybelline 24 Hour Superstay and I'm going to use that in the shade 10 Ivory. I actually really need to get a new one because this one's running out. Right, so now foundation is on. This one is a pretty full coverage foundation, which is kind of what I wanted for this look because the concealer is supposed to be quite full coverage as well. So I'm going to go in now with my Magic Away. As I said, this is in the shade 2, so I don't know if this is going to be too pale for me. I did want it to be pale anyway because I like to put a lighter concealer under my eyes, but I think this is going to be too light, but we will soon see. Oh no, actually I think it's going to be alright. I think I've used way too much. Okay, I'm just going to put it on one eye for now and blend it in with the beauty blender. Just see if I need that amount on the other side. That is definitely very, very flawless. And actually the colour is fine. Like that is the sort of usual colour that I would want for under my eyes. So wow, I'm really, really impressed with that actually. Let me do the other eye quickly. I have a feeling that this is going to be like my new favourite concealer. I already absolutely love it. It's thick, but it's not thick where it's like really hard to blend and it looks cakey. It's just the right amount of coverage for me because I do have really dark under eyes. So yeah, I'm really loving the way this is looking at the moment. Let me zoom you in. This is obviously without any powder. You can just see it looks very sort of flawless. Charlotte Tilbury has also come out with a loose powder, which unfortunately at the moment I don't have. So I'm just going to use her usual pressed powder on top of the concealer. This one is in the shade 1, so it's also the lightest shade, so it's going to be nice and light for the concealer. Right, so I've just powdered under my eyes with the pressed powder and I actually really like the way it looks. It definitely looks quite full coverage and quite matte, I would say. But I actually really like that look. That is the type of concealer that I would usually 100% go for. I don't see the point of a concealer that isn't full coverage because then you could just use like a foundation or something. So I definitely think that she's hit the nail on the head with that one. Right, now I think I'm going to go in and do my eyeshadow because I'm dying to use this Pillow Talk palette. So I'm going to do my eyes next. The colours in this palette are very neutral. Obviously, as you would have seen in the clip, they are obviously pink toned, but they're all quite similar, as in like, if you can really see, but these two shades here, I don't think that they're actually going to look that different when they're on the eyes, but we will see. I'm going to start off with this shade here, and I'm going to take that on just a normal Morphe fluffy brush, and I'm just going to run that through the crease. It's actually quite pigmented, this shade, and it's more peach on my eyes than what I thought it would be, but I actually really like the way it's looking. Right, now I'm just going to go in with this shade here, which is a slightly darker shade. I'm going to use the same brush and I'm going to basically put it in the same place, but focus this one a little bit lower in the crease, so not take it up as high. Just going to go in with a clean fluffy brush and blend that through. I feel like with this palette she would have done well to bring it out at Valentine's Day. I feel like this is like the perfect Valentine's Day eyeshadow palette. By the way, please don't mind my brows. I know that they really need doing, but I just haven't had time to go to the brow lady, so just don't watch my brows. I'm now going to take this shade here in the top corner and I'm going to actually use one of Charlotte Tilbury's brushes. This is the smudger brush, and I'm just going to put that in my inner corner and just sort of like run that on the lash line, but just focusing it in the inner corner. And then I'm just going to bring a little bit of that on my lid as well. And then I'm just going to use that same smudger brush on the darker shade. I'm just going to take that on the outer lower lash line. Right, and now I'm going to use the shade that I'm most excited to use, which is the pop shade, which looks like this. These pop shades from Tilbury work really well just with your fingers, so I'm just going to take my finger, do quite a generous little swipe in there, and then I'm just going to pop that on my eye. Wow, yeah, that looks really nice. I'm just going to kind of put this all over the lid really. That is the one thing that I really love about Charlotte Tilbury palettes, is they have this pop shade in them, and it's the type of formula of eyeshadow that you don't really find in a lot of palettes. It's very, very unique, and it's a very unique formula, and it always just kind of makes the palette. Without it, I don't think the palettes would necessarily be worth the money, but with the pop shades, I just feel like it's just so worth it, and it makes the eye look so much better when you're complete. Right, so that is the kind of eye look finished. Usually Charlotte Tilbury's looks, she does add a winged liner, but to be honest, I think I'm going to leave it for today because I don't really think that it needs a winged liner. It's quite a natural looking palette, so I think I'm going to leave the wing liner for today and I'm just going to carry on with the rest of my face. I'm going to go in with some bronzer, and my favourite one that I've been using at the moment is actually from the Body Shop, which is so random. I've had this for ages and I've only just kind of like rediscovered it, but this is the Body Shop Honey Bronzer in the shade 01. It looks like this. It's just a very nice bronzer shade for me. It is quite a pale bronzer, so if you're any darker than me you won't really like this, but I really like it because it's just quite a natural bronzer. Like, it makes me look bronzed without it looking like I've put like a shit ton of product on my face, because if you haven't already noticed, I am very, very pale, so sometimes a lot of bronzers can be way too dark for me. So I'm just going to pop a bit of that on my cheeks. Right, so I know I said at the beginning of the video that I actually picked up the cream highlighter, but for the sake of this video I don't actually think I'm going to use this today because I want to just fully see what the Bar of Gold highlighter is like. Because this is a new highlighter palette as well, I kind of just want to test it on its own without anything sort of underneath it. I might just use a little bit of this down like the bridge of my nose or something, but for highlighter for today I'm just going to use the Bar of Gold highlighter so that we can see what that one looks like just on its own. So I think I'm actually going to use use this shade here in the middle. I feel like because this one has got the most kind of like pinky tones in it, obviously today we're going for the more pink look because we're using Pillow Talk, so I think I'm going to use that one. I have a feeling that the gold one at the end is going to be a little bit too dark for me, so probably I could only really use that when I've got fake tan on. But yeah, for the sake of this video, I'm just going to use the pinky toned one. I'm just going to use this on a Morphe M510 brush, the brush that I always use for all of my highlighters. Okay, that hasn't really shown up too much on my skin. I thought that would be a lot more pigmented. Let's go in with a bit of a heavier hand. Right, okay. There we go. Okay, nice. That looks really nice actually. I thought that was actually going to fail then for a minute. I thought that that wasn't going to be very good, but no, it actually looks really nice. It's definitely more of a kind of natural highlighter. I would say I definitely do have more kind of beaming highlighters that give you that more kind of fake highlighter look, but actually this is really nice. It's very natural and it's not sitting very powdery on my skin. Right, now just because I do really want to use this Beauty Light one, I am just going to put a tiny bit down my nose. I would usually highlight my nose anyway. Just going to do a little exclamation mark and then I'm just going to blend that with my fingers. Yeah, so this one is definitely a little bit more natural than the Bar of Gold, I think, but I've put more of the Bar of Gold on, so that's probably why. But the cream one has sort of settled into my skin a little bit more naturally, which is actually really, really nice. I really do like this as well. Right, now I'm just going to do my eyebrows off camera and then I'll be back in a second once I'm done. I'm just going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Lift in the shade Supermodel, which is the brow pencil that I'm obsessed with at the moment. So I'll be back in 2 seconds when my brows are on. Right, so I'm back. I've done my brows off camera and I also popped some mascara on. I just used the Clarins Super Volume Mascara, which is like one of my all-time favourite mascaras. And now I'm going to move on to blusher, and obviously I'm going to use the new Pillow Talk blusher, which I'm so excited to use. She does say that you're supposed to do the whole like swish and pop thing where you're supposed to put like the colour around the outside on like most of your cheeks and then the pop shade on the centre, but to be honest with you, I'm just going to mix them all together and just pop them all on. I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury blusher brush as well. Okay, I really, really like this blusher. It is definitely my type of blush colour because I've only very recently got into blush, and the reason why is because I don't like blushes that are very red tone and very pink and make you look like a clown. So this is my perfect kind of blush colour because it's very muted and it's quite sort of natural, but it literally goes perfect with the eye look, as you would imagine. It looks really nice with the highlighter as well. Now I'm just going to go ahead and pop on the Pillow Talk lip liner and lipstick just to completely finish off the Pillow Talk look. I'm going to overline my lips slightly with this as well. Right, so that is me done, everyone. That is basically the full kind of Pillow Talk look complete. Obviously I've used the new products as well. I really like the way the eye makeup and the blusher looks with the lipstick. I think it all obviously ties in together. I feel like Charlotte Tilbury has a way of making things very simple for people, so not a lot of people know how to sort of match their blusher to their eyeshadow to their lipstick. So things like this just make it so easy for people to just like pop on their makeup and know that it's all going to go well together. And I do actually really love the way it looks. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I will link all of the products in the description box down below. If you do want to get the Pillow Talk blusher and the palette, then you need to be quite quick because it is online exclusive and limited edition, so it will sell out and then it's not going to be a permanent line, unfortunately, whereas the lipstick and lip liner are permanent. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then please give it a like and also subscribe to my channel. That would be amazing. Right, so I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.